Shalom Israel. This is Yeshaya coming back at y'all with another car chronicle. What I want to talk to y'all about is the importance of street ministry. Because I'm just seeing and I've been seeing such a big push for YouTube videos, which is fine. You can take the camera out to the streets and push, you know. But I've just been noticing a lot of camps, even when they hit the streets, they're teaching for the camera. They're not teaching to edify the people that's in front of them. You know, a whole crowd of people could walk past you and you're sitting here looking at the damn camera. Like, engage the people that's out there, man. You know, I don't have a problem with teaching on YouTube or bringing the ministry to YouTube, but more important than YouTube is teaching out in the streets. Very important. First off, when you read the scriptures, from cover to cover, you see an emphasis on teaching out there with the people. Teaching His word is not an easy thing. Never been an easy thing. You got to go out there and teach with the ghetto people that want to fight about everything. You know, the sinners. Like, you're supposed to actually reach them. On YouTube, keeping it real, a lot of people not even gonna see your video that need to be rebuked. A lot of times when people find us, it's because they're looking for us. Sometimes, hey, listen, there's brothers that have came in through YouTube. That's fine. I don't have no quarrel with that at all. However you got in this, I applaud you. What I'm saying is, do not think that YouTube is a substitute for teaching out in the streets. Doing the work on YouTube is not really doing the work. I'm just keeping it real. It's listen, the study that you did to bring out those lessons is work in and of itself. It is appreciated. If by nobody else, at least by those of us that, you know, genuinely care about this faith. But it's very important, quintessential to still hit the streets. You got a lot of Israelites that are on social media platforms that are not in the streets active. Like, if you think that YouTube is doing the work, then I'm gonna be honest, man, you don't know what the fuck work is. You know, we street soldiers over here. A lot of y'all not built for the streets. That's why there's a push to go on YouTube. You know, YouTube is supposed to is a tool to help publicize the word. You know, just like how at one point when people started printing books, you know, the word of the Lord was able to be circulated, because there was a time when the word of the Lord was not in every household or in as many households as it is now. You know, there was a time when you had to appreciate a book. You know, books weren't so widely in distribution. So, you know, technological advances help the word, but they don't replace the word. They don't, you know, don't think for a second that because now you have online as a tool, that now you can go online as opposed to going out in the streets. That's not the proper way to understand the scriptures. That's not what we're supposed to do. We're called to go out there and teach in the streets. You know, YouTube is always a secondary thing. Never was YouTube supposed to be a primary source of doing the work. Because like I said, what work are you doing? You know, you're sitting in a comfortable environment, you know, or in your car. Like right now, I don't consider this actually doing the work. Like, it is work, you know, but it's kind of more than anything is maybe extra credit work. Like, Lord willing, you know, my street teaching gets me a certain grade. This is just, hey, I'm doing extra. But the street is the core of your work. Why is that? Think about what it takes to be out in the street teaching. And this is how you have to carefully pick your campsites. You have to pick a chief place of concourse. You have to pick a place that your teachings is going to somewhat, one way or another, match what the apostles went through. I mean, for those of y'all that's scared, if y'all afraid, you know what I'm saying, camp isn't for those of you that are scared. Camp ain't for y'all. Because I've been out there, for some years back before there was YouTube. Nigga, you could get sucker punched at camp. You can get spit at just like the prophets did. When you see what the prophets went through to go teach, you appreciate the streets more. Those of you that say, oh, abandon the streets, let's teach on YouTube. Those y'all are totally dishonoring what the men that came before you have been doing for some years. We was street soldiers. Even when brothers ain't from the streets, because a lot of y'all could say, well, a lot of y'all from that era is from the streets. So y'all just being in y'all own element. Nah, you had straight. I could show you videos, man. Straight college brothers. That fear in your mouth video had couple faces on it. Them dudes was not from the streets at all. Them dudes have never been on any. Some of them dudes have never been on any side of the gun. They ain't been on the right or wrong side of the gun. The streets is where you show what you're made of, man. Because who's gonna debate with you on YouTube? Yeah, you might have a person, if you're doing a live, they might ask you questions, but you could just block them. See, when you're at camp, you don't have a way to block a nuisance. You don't have a way to stop a nuisance other than if they go too far, you beat their ass. But and that's, of course, go too far, meaning they put hands on you. Or they physically make contact with you in a way that's potentially harmful to you. I could tell you, because I've been locked up teaching the word. You know what I'm saying? I could tell y'all stories, man. What stories can you go? Because the apostles, those are stories. When you read the Acts of the Apostles, and you read not just the book of Acts, but throughout the Bible, those are stories that are being told. What stories do you have to be told by teaching on YouTube? Oh, I had a demon type into me. Nah, nigga, you got to be out there where the fucking demons is at. And you got to tell people, no, you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to change your ways of transgression and all that. In the streets, not no goddamn YouTube. Now, again, I'm not saying that to say don't do YouTube. YouTube is extremely valuable. But everything has to be put in its proper perspective. YouTube, you could treat that shit as maybe a little bit of extra, extra credit work. It's not the work. Like I said, right now what I'm doing, I've learned the scriptures, all the years I've been in this truth, to be able to tell y'all what I'm telling y'all out of the scriptures. Because although I'm not actually, because I'm driving, I'm not going into specific Bible scriptures, but the knowledge that I have obtained from reading the scriptures is what I'm imparting on y'all now. So to a degree, this is work, but it's not. Ain't nobody cutting me off and saying, yo, what about this? What about that? Like Yahushua, they was trying to cut him, and he would always cut them. Where is that going to happen at? In the streets. In the streets is where it's going to happen at. If anything, you want to live stream a camp, but it's camp. It's not no fucking YouTube. Like, you know what I'm saying? That to me is I don't know how, it's just insane. And to understand why I say it's insane, where brothers think that sitting on social media or sitting on YouTube is enough. The reason why I say that is because I remember what this ministry was like well before there was a YouTube. Let me not say well, because YouTube came out 2006. I came into truth six years before that. You know, but YouTube is not good enough. Like, yo, you got to teach. Matter of fact, I will put it to you this way. If for whatever crazy reason you ever had to make a choice between going out in the streets and teaching on YouTube in your house, your ass better go out in the street. If for whatever reason you can't bring a camera out, you better still hit them streets. Fuck a YouTube. You know, again, you know, you can use YouTube as a tool, but you can't use it to supplement the work, the real work, which is out in the streets, where you literally make your body a living sacrifice. Niggas could kill you. You know how many gangster straight people have gay family members that they'll kill you over? That you might be like, yo, this is wrong, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? That's making your body a living sacrifice. That's teaching. That's doing the work. You know, all this other teaching through social media and other means, that's that modern shit, man. We've been hitting the streets. The apostles been hitting the streets. The prophets, when you read the scriptures, been hitting the streets. The streets is not to be abandoned, bro. There's people out there in the streets that need edification too, that don't have smartphones and shit. That don't have a way to go online. And you gonna sit there and tell me that they fuck them? Fuck trying to save them? Because every nigga that's on YouTube is gonna be out in the streets at one point or another, whether he's going to shop, you know, because that's what I'm saying. You gotta pick the right camp spots, man. If your camp doesn't get any traffic, you picking the wrong camp spot. You know, brothers don't want me picking some damn camp spots, because I'll put us in the most dangerous, and that's just the way it is, man. That's the word. You know, I done been in the projects teaching the word. You know, ask Tazaiwan, man. It was it was his idea. Go in the projects and talk to drug dealers. Be like, yo, you got a minute for the Lord? Niggas killers and shit. Playing basketball with the people till like 3 a.m. with garments on. You know, not the wisest thing to do, but that's how much we love what we do, man. That's the love right there, man. You know, teaching our people when it's not convenient. YouTube is convenient. Right now, I'm just sitting there driving home from work. At my leisure right now, I'm teaching y'all or talking to y'all about you know, the importance of going to camp. But camp is something you got to set aside time for, and you got to, you know what I'm saying, you got to be well prepared for. You can't go to camp and not know shit. You got to be prepared. Camp is something to prepare for. You know, training. You need to be well trained. You need to learn how to do this. Any fool could look like an intelligent man on social media or on YouTube. You know how many dumb motherfuckers is on YouTube sounding like they're rocket scientists? Nah, man. Your main purpose, the brunt of your work is on the streets. And that's it. Y'all not gonna show me no scriptures that say, oh, YouTube's more important. Man has erred so many different ways, trying to do their own thing and abandoning what the Lord said. Yes, again, I'm going to throw it out there. YouTube and other apps, Daily Motion and all that, they are instrumental in getting a lot of people the word. You know, I can teach it. I'm here in New Jersey. I could teach somebody in another country. So I am not in any way, shape, or form telling y'all not to hit YouTube. In no way, shape, or form. But what I want somebody to learn from me when they see me on YouTube, if you're in freaking Curacao or Brazil or China, wherever you at, go hit the streets where you at. We flooding the YouTube, we gonna flood the streets. What we not gonna do is flood YouTube and not the streets. We have to hit the streets, man. That's insane that I actually see, and a lot of those people that say that you can't go to camp or you shouldn't go to camp or that not camps, those are the same ones that say the 12 tribes chart is false. Those will be the same people saying that shit. Do not camp. Camp is important. Like I said, man, you wanna do the Lord's work, go to camp. Teach in the streets. You want to really do the Lord's work? You really want to be blessed? Teach in a ruthless damn environment, man. Because it's really to me it's like ABC, man. Easy as what did they say? Easy as 1, 2, 3. It's simple. Like the scriptures clearly tell you, hit the streets. Go on the streets. Chief place of concourse. Wisdom crieth a voice in the streets. You know, Yahushua said, I have said nothing in secret. I spoke openly to the world. Where do you think he's going to do that at? People try to kill the apostles. Try, beat them up and all that shit. Where do you think they're going to do that at? In the streets. Like it's not rocket science. Like it shouldn't take me 17 minutes to make the point. There should be no need for this video. It's that simple, and it's in the scriptures that blatantly and bluntly. The streets. When you look at an Israelite camp that's doing the work correctly, you might as well put the damn Locks album right next to their face. We are the streets. Because that's where we're supposed to be at. YouTube, once again, is secondary. If for some reason you can't hit the streets, because it's a brother that I don't know if he still listens to us, but he used to listen to us. He was crippled. Now, you in that type situation, man, you going on YouTube is actually good, because we don't want you at camp, speaking and shit, saying something real good in the spirit, and then somebody get cut and want to fight you. What's the worst thing you have to worry about on YouTube? Somebody cutting you, making you look stupid? You don't even got to worry much with that. All you got to do is block somebody. If somebody really, really getting at you, you could block them. They're typing comments, you could block them. What's the worst that could happen in the streets? You could die. You could get cut, make the word look bad. Like, the higher risk, the higher gamble is going out in the streets. So why in 2022 is there even a conversation about whether or not or if YouTube is more important than teaching in the streets? That's not even a conversation to be had, man. It's not up for debate, bro. That's not even something that needs to be debated. Like, it's clear cut. It's very easy to understand. It's not something that, you know, you know, it's in the scriptures all over. The necessity to hit the streets is all over the script. Like, I don't get where people get any other understanding from. The streets are far more important than some damn YouTube. YouTube is it's a great tool to push the word out, but it doesn't by any means supersede street teaching. So with that, I hope I made the point, and I'm gonna say shalom to the elect.